Welcome to another episode of Thailand Truth Talks, the hidden Farang Tax. You might think Thai hospitality means no surprises for tourists. But what if I told you that you're secretly paying double for almost everything? Welcome back to Thailand Truth Talks, where we uncover the realities behind the land of smiles that tourism brochures don't want you to know about. I'm here on Pattaya's famous beach road, surrounded by the energy and excitement that draws millions of foreigners to Thailand every year. The street food sizzles, the tuk-tuks honk their horns, and everywhere you look, there are smiling faces ready to welcome tourists with open arms. But behind those smiles lies a systematic practice that's been quietly draining foreign wallets for decades, what locals call the Farang Tax. Today, we're diving deep into Thailand's dual pricing system, a practice so widespread that even the Thai government has finally acknowledged it as discrimination. From temples to national parks, from public transport to everyday purchases, foreigners routinely pay anywhere from double to 10 times what Thai nationals pay for identical services. And the shocking part? Much of this is completely legal and openly practiced. See those blue pickup trucks that pass by? Those are songtaos, Pattaya's public bus system. A Thai local pays 10 baht to ride anywhere in the city. But if you're a foreigner, that same ride will cost you 20 baht, sometimes more. The driver doesn't even try to hide it. Your skin color, your accent, your inability to speak fluent Thai. These become pricing factors in ways that would spark lawsuits in America or Europe. But this is just the beginning. What we've uncovered in our investigation will shock you, anger you, and hopefully arm you with the knowledge you need to navigate Thailand more fairly. Because while this beautiful country deserves your tourism dollars, you deserve to know exactly where those extra charges are coming from. The term Farang Tax isn't official government terminology. It's what expats and tourists have coined to describe Thailand's institutionalized dual pricing system. Farang is the Thai word for foreigner, specifically Westerners. And this tax affects virtually every aspect of tourist life in Thailand. According to Travel Mall's recent investigation, foreign tourists and expatriates routinely pay higher fees at museums, temples, and even some hotels, with Thais justifying this by citing income gaps or claiming foreigners don't pay Thai taxes. But here's the kicker. Many foreign workers living in Thailand do pay Thai taxes. Yet, they're still hit with these discriminatory charges. The practice is so ingrained in Thai culture that it's become what Travel Mall calls long mastered. It's not hidden. It's not apologetic. And until recently, it wasn't even controversial among Thai officials. Dual pricing signs are posted openly at attractions, transport systems, explicitly exclude foreigners from discount schemes. And vendors quote different prices based on your appearance without batting an eye. Think about this for a moment. Imagine walking into a restaurant in Miami, and the server charges you $20 for a burger simply because you're not American. Imagine the New York subway system announcing that only US citizens qualify for reduced fares, while foreign visitors, including legal residents who pay taxes, must pay premium rates. The outrage would be immediate and overwhelming. Yet in Thailand, this has been standard practice for so long that questioning it seems almost foreign itself. The justifications vary. Sometimes it's about supporting local communities. Sometimes it's about foreigners having higher incomes. Sometimes it's simply, that's how we've always done it. But times are changing. Foreign tourists have been taking to social media with hashtags like Equal Thailand and Farang Tax, sharing stories of discrimination that range from mildly annoying to financially devastating. The complaints have grown so loud that even Thailand's tourism ministry has been forced to respond. Let's start with Thailand's most sacred spaces. Its temples and palaces. These aren't just tourist attractions. They're active places of worship and cultural heritage that draw millions of visitors annually. Yet the pricing structure here reveals the dual system at its most stark. Bangkok's Grand Palace, home to the revered Wat Phra Khao Temple, charges foreign visitors 500 baht for entry. That's about 14 US dollars. Thai citizens, they enter completely free. 500 baht versus 0 baht. Let that sink in for a moment. This isn't an isolated case. Wat Po, famous for its reclining Buddha and traditional massage school, charges foreigners 100 baht, while Thai nationals worship for free. Wat Arun, the Temple of Dawn, follows the same pattern. Even smaller provincial temples often implement similar pricing structures, though the amounts may be lower. The justification given is often that these sites need funding for maintenance and preservation. Fair enough. Historic preservation is expensive. But why should that burden fall disproportionately on foreign visitors? Thai citizens benefit from these cultural treasures too. Yet they contribute nothing at the point of entry. I spoke with an American retiree who's lived in Thailand for 8 years, paying taxes and contributing to the local economy. He told me, I understand supporting temple maintenance, but I've been to the same temple 50 times for meditation practice. Each time, I pay 100 baht while my Thai neighbor enters for free. After 8 years of residency and tax payments, I'm still considered a tourist who should pay premium rates. The message is clear. No matter how long you live here, how much you contribute to Thai society, or how deeply you respect Thai culture, your foreigner status makes you a walking ATM for heritage sites. If temple pricing shocked you, wait until you hear about Thailand's national parks. This is where the dual pricing system reaches its most extreme proportions, with foreigners paying up to 10 times what Thai nationals pay for identical access to the same natural wonders. Khao Yai National Park, Thailand's first national park and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, charges Thai nationals 40 baht for entry. Foreign visitors pay 400 baht, exactly 10 times more for the same hiking trails, the same waterfalls, the same wildlife viewing opportunities. But here's where it gets even more frustrating. According to reports on ajan.com, even legal residents with work permits often aren't exempt from this discriminatory pricing. One expat shared his experience. He arrived at Khao Yai with his Thai wife, hoping her presence might help negotiate a local rate. His wife actually begged the park office for a discount on his behalf, explaining he was a legal resident who paid Thai taxes. The response? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 3 words that sum up the arbitrary nature of this discrimination. It doesn't matter if you live here. It doesn't matter if you pay taxes here. It doesn't matter if you speak Thai or understand local customs. Your foreigner status overrides everything else. Koh Samet, a popular island destination, enforces similar pricing at the pier before you even step foot on the island. As one travel blogger noted on Feastography, the price is 40 baht for Thais and 200 baht for foreigners. It's a rip-off towards our foreigner friends. 5 times the price for the same boat ride to the same destination. The pattern repeats across Thailand's 127 national parks. Whether you're visiting the mountains of Chiang Mai, the beaches of Krabi, or the jungles of Kanchanaburi, your passport determines your price tag. And unlike private businesses that might be willing to negotiate, these are government-mandated fees with no room for discussion. Now, let's talk about public transportation, because this is where Thailand's dual pricing system is about to make international headlines for all the wrong reasons. Bangkok is poised to become the first city in the world to offer 2 different public transport fares based purely on nationality. Starting in October of 2025, Bangkok's BTS SkyTrain and MRT subway systems will cap fares at just 20 baht for Thai nationals, regardless of the distance traveled. It's a significant discount that could save locals hundreds of baht per month on commuting costs. But here's the thing. As Travel Mall reported, all foreigners are excluded from the new lower fare scheme. Think about what this means in practical terms. A Thai office worker commuting from the airport to downtown Bangkok will pay a flat 20 baht. A foreign business executive making the same journey will pay the full distance-based fare, potentially 45 baht or more for the exact same train ride. The same seat, the same service. This isn't just about tourists anymore. Foreign residents, expatriate workers, international students, diplomatic staff, everyone who isn't a Thai national will pay premium rates for public transportation. Bangkok is literally creating a 2-tiered society where your nationality determines your transit costs. The irony is staggering. Bangkok markets itself as an international business hub, actively courting foreign investment and expertise. The government offers special visas to attract wealthy retirees and digital nomads. Yet the same city government that wants your money and your skills also want to charge you double for basic public services. But Bangkok's discriminatory transport pricing isn't new. It's just becoming official. Here in Pattaya, the blue songtaos I mentioned earlier have been operating dual pricing for years. According to Pattaya Mail, Thais typically pay 10 baht for rides within the city, while, as mentioned previously, foreigners are routinely charged 20 baht or more for the identical journeys. I've witnessed this firsthand multiple times. You flag down a baht bus, climb aboard with a mix of Thai and foreign passengers, and when it's time to pay, the fare collector quotes different prices based on your appearance. No explanation, no apology, just accepted discrimination. So far, we've discussed legal dual pricing, discriminatory but technically legitimate government policies. Now let's talk about the illegal side. Outright scams that specifically target foreigners and can cost thousands of dollars in a single encounter. In late 2024, An Indian tourist in Pattaya became the victim of what Cowsod English called a miracle herbal medicine scam. He was approached by touts who convinced him that special Thai herbs could cure his health problems. The pressure tactics were relentless. He was told the medicine was already prepared and couldn't be returned, trapping him into a purchase. The final cost, 20,000 baht, nearly 600 US dollars, for 2 bottles of worthless herbal supplements. 20,000 baht. That's more than many Thai workers earn in a month, extracted from a single tourist in a single day through psychological manipulation and lies. The victim told police he felt pressured and couldn't escape the situation once it began. This isn't an isolated incident. According to South China Morning Post reporting, Bangkok ranks among the top cities globally for tourist fraud, with nearly half of visitors' complaints involving taxi scams, overpriced car rentals, or similar schemes. The common thread: foreigners are seen as walking wallets, fair game for any scheme that can separate them from their money. The gem scam is particularly notorious, as documented by Siam Legal. Thailand's famous gem scam lures tourists into buying worthless stones with promises of tax-free profits back home. Victims have lost tens of thousands of dollars to these elaborate schemes, which often involve multiple accomplices posing as government officials, fellow tourists, or business partners. Even simple dining can become discriminatory. Some restaurants maintain separate menus: Thai language versions with local prices, English versions with inflated rates for identical dishes. Others add mysterious service charges that only appear on foreign customers' bills. The markup might be small per item, but multiplied across every meal during a 2-week vacation, and the extra costs add up significantly. Taxi drivers refusing to use meters, tuk-tuk operators quoting fantasy prices, bar owners charging cover fees that only apply to foreigners. These practices have become so common that expat forums are filled with warnings and countermeasures. What should be simple transactions become negotiations where your race and nationality work against you. Let me share some stories from people who've experienced discrimination firsthand. Because behind every statistic is a human being who just wanted to enjoy Thailand's beauty without being taken advantage of. Mark, a 62-year-old retiree from Ohio, planned Thailand as his dream retirement destination. He'd saved for years, researching visa requirements and cost of living estimates. But nobody warned him about the Farang Tax. Every day brought new surprises, he told me. Double price at temples, triple price at national parks, taxi drivers who suddenly forgot how to use their meters when they heard my accent. By the end of 2 weeks, I'd spent 40% more than budgeted just on discriminatory pricing. Sarah and David, honeymooners from California, had their romantic getaway soured by constant price negotiations. We felt like walking targets, Sarah explained. Every interaction became about money. Street vendors, restaurant servers, even massage therapists. Everyone had a different price for foreigners. It made us paranoid and defensive when we just wanted to enjoy our honeymoon. But perhaps the most heartbreaking story comes from James, an American teacher who's worked in Thailand for 15 years. He speaks fluent Thai, pays full Thai taxes, owns property, and has Thai children. Yet he's still charged foreign prices everywhere he goes. I've contributed more to this country than many Thai nationals, he said. I've paid taxes, employed local workers, sent my kids to Thai schools, but I'll always be a Farang who pays premium rates. After 15 years, that reality is crushing. These aren't entitled tourists complaining about vacation costs. These are people who love Thailand, who've invested in Thailand, who want to be fair participants in Thai society. Yet they're systematically treated as outsiders whose primary value is their ability to pay inflated prices. The good news, if we can call it that, is that growing international pressure has finally forced Thai officials to acknowledge these issues. After years of complaints and negative publicity, Thailand's tourism ministry has made public promises to address discriminatory pricing. According to VN Express, the tourism minister has pledged to address tourism scams and ensure fair prices for both Thai and foreign tourists, which means the dual pricing system will be eliminated. That's an unprecedented acknowledgement from the highest levels of Thai government that dual pricing constitutes unfair treatment. The minister specifically mentioned that Thailand wants to maintain its reputation as a welcoming destination for international visitors, and that price discrimination damages that image. It's a remarkable admission that suggests real change might be coming. But, and this is a significant but, promises and implementation are very different things. The dual pricing system is deeply embedded in Thai culture and economics. Changing decades of accepted practice requires more than ministerial statements. It requires fundamental shifts in how Thailand views foreign visitors. Some changes are already visible, at least in rhetoric. Tourism Authority of Thailand materials increasingly emphasize fair treatment and transparent pricing. Some hotels and restaurants have voluntarily adopted single price policies to attract international guests. A few tourist attractions have reduced the gap between local and foreign pricing. Yet the Bangkok transport announcement suggests that discriminatory policies are still being implemented, even as officials promise reform. It's hard to reconcile promises of equality with policies that explicitly exclude foreigners from public benefits. The reality is that Thailand faces a fundamental contradiction. The country desperately needs tourism revenue. Foreign visitors contribute over 60 billion US dollars annually to the Thai economy. But the same pricing practices that maximize short-term revenue from tourists also create long-term damage to Thailand's international reputation. Let's talk numbers, because understanding the economics helps explain why this system persists despite growing criticism. Thailand's tourism industry employs millions of people and generates roughly 20% of the country's GDP. Those are massive economic incentives to keep foreign money flowing. The dual pricing system effectively operates as a tourism tax that's collected privately by individual businesses and attractions rather than centrally by the government. When a temple charges foreigners 100 baht instead of 0, that's 100 baht that goes directly into temple maintenance and operations. When a national park charges foreigners 400 baht instead of 40, that's 360 baht in additional conservation funding. From a purely economic perspective, the system works. Foreign visitors generally have higher disposable incomes than local Thais. The price differences, while significant in percentage terms, often represent relatively small amounts in Western currencies. A $3 temple entrance fee that would be free for locals doesn't deter most American tourists. But this economic logic breaks down when you consider the long-term costs. Thailand competes globally for tourist dollars against destinations like Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. If Thailand develops a reputation for unfair pricing practices, tourists have plenty of alternatives. Social media has amplified complaints about discriminatory treatment. TripAdvisor reviews, YouTube videos, travel blogs, and Facebook groups spread negative experiences faster than ever before. One bad experience shared online can influence hundreds of potential visitors. The economic argument also ignores the moral dimension. Even if dual pricing generates more revenue, it does so through a system that explicitly treats people differently based on their race and nationality. That's a ethically problematic foundation for any industry, but especially one built on hospitality and welcoming visitors. To understand just how unusual Thailand's approach is, let's look at how other countries handle similar situations. Every tourist destination faces the same basic challenge: how to balance the needs of local communities with the revenue potential from foreign visitors. Some countries implement tourist taxes, but these are typically small, fixed amounts that apply equally regardless of nationality. Rome charges a city tax. Paris has a tourist fee. Amsterdam levies overnight stays. But these taxes are transparent, clearly explained, and don't vary based on your passport. Other destinations offer resident discounts for museums and attractions, but eligibility is usually based on local address proof, not racial or ethnic appearance. A foreign resident with local ID gets the same rates as a native-born citizen. Japan, another major Asian tourist destination, faces similar pressures from mass tourism, but has chosen transparency over discrimination. Japanese attractions may be expensive, but they charge the same price to everyone. Cultural sites in South Korea, Singapore, and Malaysia typically follow similar principles. Even developing countries with significant income gaps between locals and tourists generally avoid overt dual pricing. Vietnam's tourist attractions, India's historical sites, Egypt's ancient monuments, while they may be expensive relative to local incomes, they typically charge foreigners and locals the same published rates. Thailand's system is increasingly unique in its openness about discriminatory pricing. Most other destinations that practice any form of differential treatment do so subtly, through resident discounts or local promotions rather than explicit dual pricing based on nationality or appearance. So, what can you do if you're planning to visit Thailand? First, don't let this information discourage you from experiencing this beautiful country. Thailand remains an incredible destination with warm people, stunning landscapes, and rich culture. But you can travel more smartly and fairly. Research in advance. Know the official prices for major attractions before you arrive. Many websites publish current admission fees, and knowing these numbers helps you identify when you're being overpriced. The Grand Palace website clearly states the 500 baht foreign entry fee. If someone tries to charge you 800 baht, you know it's a scam. Learn basic Thai numbers and phrases. When taxi drivers quote inflated fares, being able to respond in Thai often results in more reasonable prices. Simple phrases like too expensive, peng mak, or use the meter, chai meter, can save you money. Travel with local friends when possible. Having a Thai companion dramatically reduces discriminatory treatment across all sectors. If you don't know locals, consider joining expat groups or international communities that can provide guidance and support. Document discriminatory treatment. Take photos of dual pricing signs. Keep receipts showing different charges. Record conversations when safe to do so. This evidence helps other travelers and contributes to pressure for reform. Support businesses that practice fair pricing. Some hotels, restaurants, and tour operators have adopted single price policies. Seek out these businesses and let them know you appreciate their fairness. Economic pressure works both ways. Rewarding good behavior is as important as punishing discrimination. Choose your battles wisely. While the principle matters, getting into heated arguments with individual vendors or drivers rarely changes anything and can ruin your vacation experience. Sometimes paying the inflated price while making mental notes for future reference is the most practical choice. As we wrap up this investigation, it's worth asking, where does Thailand go from here? The country stands at a crossroads between maintaining profitable discriminatory practices and building a reputation for fair, transparent treatment of all visitors. International pressure is mounting. The rise of social media means that discriminatory experiences are shared instantly with global audiences. Travel bloggers, YouTube influencers, and review platforms increasingly highlight unfair pricing practices. Thailand's tourism authority is acutely aware that reputation damage in the digital age can spread faster and have longer lasting effects than ever before. Economic competition is intensifying. Vietnam's tourism industry has grown dramatically by positioning itself as a fair, welcoming alternative to more expensive regional destinations. Malaysia and Indonesia are investing heavily in tourism infrastructure while maintaining transparent pricing policies. Thailand can't assume that its natural beauty and cultural attractions will continue attracting visitors if competing destinations offer better value and fairness. The generational change matters too. Younger travelers, who will be tomorrow's tourism revenue source, are more socially conscious and less tolerant of discriminatory practices. They research destinations thoroughly, share experiences widely, and make travel decisions based on ethical considerations as well as cost and convenience. Thailand's tourism industry leaders seem to recognize these trends. The ministry's promises of reform, while still vague, represent an acknowledgement that change is necessary. Some businesses are already adapting by adopting fair pricing policies and highlighting their commitment to equal treatment. But institutional change is slow, especially when it involves giving up profitable practices. The dual pricing system has been embedded in Thai tourism for decades. Changing it requires not just policy adjustments, but cultural shifts in how Thai society views foreign visitors. So here we are again, back on Pattaya Beach Road where we started, watching another sunset over the Gulf of Thailand. This country's beauty is undeniable. Its people are genuinely warm and welcoming, and its culture is rich beyond measure. Thailand deserves to be visited, experienced, and appreciated. But it also deserves to be honest with its visitors. The dual pricing system, the Farang Tax, the systematic discrimination we've documented today, These practices diminish Thailand's reputation and create unnecessary friction between locals and foreigners who want to appreciate this country fairly. The good news is that change is coming. Government officials have acknowledged the problem. International pressure is building, and economic incentives increasingly favor fair treatment over short-term profit maximization. But reform requires continued attention and pressure from the international community. That's where you come in. If you've experienced discriminatory pricing in Thailand, share your story in the comments below. Detail what happened, where it occurred, and how it made you feel. Your experiences contribute to a growing body of evidence that change is necessary. If you're planning to visit Thailand, use this information to travel more smartly. Research official prices. Learn basic Thai phrases. Document discriminatory treatment. And support businesses that practice fair pricing. Your choices as a consumer send powerful messages about what kind of tourism industry you want to support. And if you found this investigation valuable, share it with other travelers. The more people who understand these issues, the more pressure there is for meaningful reform. Thailand's tourism industry depends on international visitors. Make sure your voice is heard about what kind of treatment you expect in return for your tourism dollars. This has been Thailand Truth Talks, investigating the realities behind the tourism brochures. We'll keep following this story as it develops, because transparency and fairness benefits everyone. Thai locals who want sustainable tourism, foreign visitors who deserve honest treatment, and a country that could set a global example for ethical tourism practices. What's your experience with dual pricing in Thailand? Have you encountered the Farang Tax? Share your stories below, and let's keep the conversation going, because truth, as they say, is the first step toward positive change.